the emergency alert system has been activated. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message.
Well, after quite a bit of a soap opera worth of software issues and problems, we're at least coming back live to you guys right now. I'm telling you that hopefully this time we'll end up being problem-free. My name is Lance, and I am sitting here in the Blackadder Studios in Frankfurt, Germany. And right now I've got Dave with me, and hopefully you guys can all hear him. And he's coming to us from a very special new location.
Oh, what is up, everybody in GDA land? Yes, I am, baby. And I'm live in the... Wait for it. I'm waiting. The all-new Kelly Co. Studios inside the Lambeau Field atrium. And I gotta tell you, Lance, I'm loving this new office. It's much bigger. I even got a window. So now I have a place to throw myself out of on bad days. And thank you for that courtesy laugh. Yes, and we have a sweet new sponsor in Pelico Metal Detectors. They are America's #1 metal detecting retailer, and they are joining up with us, GDA, Global Detection Adventures, to bring our members the best equipment for the best prices. And they will also be providing us with equipment for our end of the year prize package, as well as some neat swag that we can distribute to our members in form of giveaways. So, you go to a lot of the other groups and forums, and a lot of the group admins that will keep this stuff for themselves. So they'll just hoard it all that free, cool, neat stuff. But we want to thank all our GDA members and listeners, and we're just going to give it all back to you guys. So after the show, check them out at kellyco.com, KELLYCO.com. And I've been getting my gear there for 3 years now. So anybody knows me, I don't promote anything unless it meets my standards. And that means it's got to be professional, responsible, dependable, and prompt. So when you go there, just tell them Dave and Lance sent you from GDA. And you guys just got to trust me on this one. You will love this site. So now we got that business in order. Lance, how you doing? I know you're pretty frustrated today. You had a football game to call. You've been drinking beers. How did the football game go? I heard your guys got slaughtered. What's going on?
Yeah, it wasn't just the fact that we got slaughtered. Today we were playing against a team that has been undefeated, and they're over 40 players strong, and with our 22 players on our local team, it wasn't going to be an issue of actually trying to beat them. What we wanted to do is that this other team, the Hoff Jokers, had never allowed another team to score against them, period, at this entire season for 7 games. So they've been beating everybody like 50-0, 40-0, and it's been a complete slaughter all the way across. The main goal today for the Schweinfurt Ball Bearings was to actually get 1 touchdown against them, and not only did we do it, but we also did it with a rookie player today. So his first time on the field, he caught the ball in an interception and returned it all the way for a touchdown. So it was a really good thing.
And you missed the extra point, so you only got 6. Is that what happened?
Yeah, normally on a small field like this, on a small game over here, they try for the 2-point conversions, and the 2-point conversion got batted down. So, but other than that, it ended up being 54-6. But
woo,
yeah. That's what happens when you play against a team that's probably going to be moving up to the next league next year. So.
All right. Well, enough of all this bad news. We got a really great show for you today. We're doubling down on the guest. We have Digger Ray from the USA. That's in Georgia. And we got Digger Dawn and Twig the Dig from the UK. They're going to be with us. Plus, we have our news with Dave Sadler from the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine. Kimmy Price is back from Girls Rock Metal Detecting. And we have another creepy story. I don't know if it's creepy, but it's just Patrick is creepy, but the story is cool. No, just kidding, Patrick. We have another story from Patrick White. He's from the Vulcan Treasure Society. So we got a pretty good show. Why don't let's just get into it, man, because we had such a big delay, and let's just get into the meat of the things. What do you say?
Yeah, I say let's do it.
All right. So we're going to start off with a little bit of Patrick White stories. Is that on the agenda right now, Lancer?
Yeah, Patrick's going to be coming in, and he's going to be giving us a little bit about digging with children. So I say let's go ahead and do this.
Does sound creepy.
Patrick's a great guy. He's a good friend of mine, and
we're just busting his chops.
Yeah, so he's going to be letting us know about one time that he went out metal detecting and had some people around with him, and and a bunch of them were kids. So let's just go straight into it.
All right.
Stories with Patrick. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the GDA podcast. As I mentioned in the last podcast, when I got my first detector, which was a base model Fisher Goldbug, I was worried about how the public would see me, while I dug in the local parks. So anyhow, one day, I am at the park at the playground, near the swing set and the slides and the wood chips and jungle gym and all that. And there were several families that had many small children that were naturally very curious about what I was doing. They watched as I dug up a penny, and then another penny, and then a dime, and then a quarter, and then one of them shouts out, "Hey, there's money down there!" And the fever was contagious, and they all got down on their knees, and they all started digging like a pack of feral hogs looking for truffles. It was awesome, just seeing how inspired they were for the moment. As short-lived as it was, since they had no detector, but now I wonder somehow if one of those children might years in the future remember the incident and get a metal detector and go back to that spot and find the treasure that I buried in that exact spot in Miller Park, Temple, Texas.
So yeah, that was Patrick. And what he's talking about there is Patrick is part of the Vulcan Treasure Hunter Society, and what he does is he goes out and he seeds fields, but he doesn't just seed like you might naturally expect. Somebody throws a couple things out there. He creates like a little pirate treasure box that people can find later on.
Yeah, he actually sent me one of those little boxes and with some treasure in it. That's kind of cool. I got that, and he also sent me like a big Vulcan, his what do you call his icon? His Vulcan, his
logo.
Logo. So so that's pretty cool. You'll also know Patrick White. If you guys post some pictures on our site, he kind of alters. I don't know if he alters them, but he just makes them a little bit more sharper and clearer. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, clearer.
Clearer.
He does. Yeah, he does that as well. Yeah.
So Patrick, he's been with us this is his second week, and hopefully we get some more cool stories from Patrick. His first one kind of freaked me out, but this one's a little bit lighter. But yeah, I don't know. Does he ever report or get reports from people who actually find his treasure?
I don't know. That's one of the questions that I want to bring up with him, and to see if he leaves any kind of contact information in his treasure boxes that people that dig him up might be able to get back in contact with him. I think it would be a great thing to be able to see all that.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody like buried a treasure from 1930 and left a note, and that would be, and you find it now, you know how cool that would be.
Yeah.
And he obviously he's doing it now, so you're gonna have to wait 100 years, and he'll be dead, and we'll be dead, and we'll never know. But that'd be such a cool thing to find, from a metal detector in the future.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's going to be a cool thing. We'll see what Patrick brings in the next couple of weeks, and maybe he might even bring a couple of answers to our questions.
All right. How's our guest coming along? Is he still in the green room, Digger Ray?
Digger Ray should be coming in any second now.
All right.
Let's see if we can get him on board.
Digger Ray, are you there?
Not yet. He should
Not
be
yet.
coming in any second now.
Are you still scarfing down the M&Ms in the green room, Digger Ray?
He's out there somewhere.
Leave the celery with the cream cheese.
Hey, would somebody backstage please tell Digger Ray to come out?
Digger Ray, are you in the studio?
Hey, yes, I can hear you.
All right. I heard you were in the green room stealing all the M&Ms. What's going on with that? We got Digger Ray with us, and Digger Ray, you're from Georgia. That's down south here in the United States. It's one of our most beautiful states. Now, whereabouts in Georgia do you hail from?
Noonan, Georgia, right below Atlanta.
Right below Atlanta, Georgia. What was it called?
Noonan, Georgia.
Noonan, Georgia.
Noonan. All right. So Georgia's a pretty big state, and it's got a lot of history in it. And you're mostly into digging Civil War relics. Is that right?
Yes, really. I dig bottles, arrowheads, but my passion is Civil War artifacts. I love to dig Civil War, but mainly I dig everything.
The arrowheads, are they Indian arrowheads? I mean, what kind of arrowheads?
Yes.
And what are they made out of? That you can find them with the metal detector.
No, you can't find them. Mainly made out of stone.
Yeah.
They wash up in areas metal detecting. Sometimes I'll come across them. Indian pottery, arrowheads.
As you are digging, or just like washed up in the rivers and in the banks and stuff like that?
You can't find them with a metal detector, but yeah.
I was going to say, are these stones wrapped with something that would actually trigger the metal detector? But that's the thing about Indian artifacts. It's tough to find because they're made out of clay and stone and things like that.
So basically, you just got to eyeball them on the ground as they're laying there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
So how close are these Civil War sites to you? Do you just have to go 5-10 minutes away from your house and there's a Civil War site there?
Well, actually, we had a battle here in Noonan called the Battle of Brown's Mill, and I've done some research, and I've over the years I've found a lot of artifacts from the battle here in Noonan, from the Battle of Brown's Mill. Now, a lot of times there's different battles not far from me. The Battle of Kennesaw, Battle of Atlanta, different little small battles, New Hope Church, Pickett's Mill, different battles. I'm just kind of right in the middle of all these small battles.
Now, are these battlefields protected, or are you just able to? Are they like private line, public line, a land?
They're protected. You can't hunt on the battlefields yourself, but the property around them. Sometimes I ask permission because they fall around, just not on the battlefields, but a lot of areas I'll ask permission and to hunt these sites, and I've had real good luck.
So what's the reason that you cannot hunt on the battlefields? Is it just bad karma? Is it almost like you can't hunt in cemeteries? I mean, why not the battlefield?
It's protected. They you don't want to hunt the state parks around here. They will they'll lock you up.
Yeah, so that's for sure.
What are you swinging to get all these great relics that I've been seeing?
I have a Fisher 1266. They don't even make this machine no more. I've hunted actually this machine for 20 years. It's been a real good relic machine. It come out back in the 80s. But I've had this thing for 20 years, and it's found me a lot of artifacts. I'm still hunting with it. That's amazing. I call it my dinosaur, but it's still going.
I know a lot of guys that are actually really, really just stuck on their really old machines. I had a friend of mine who has a Tesoro that he got in the mid 80s, and he's still using it. He says it works better than most of the new ones today.
Yeah, like I said, I've hunted 20 years. I know that machine just, and it's when I get out there, it finds me just about everything. Everybody that finds with their machines, I love it. I can't give it up. I mean, I want to get a new machine, but I'm gonna hunt with that one until it plays out. It's been a real good machine.
So you've been hunting for more than 20 years, or when did you start hunting it?
Exactly 20 years. I
20
started back
years.
in 95. Yeah, got into Civil War relic hunting, but since I was a kid, I've been hunting bottles and arrowheads.
What's one of your what's your kind of your favorite thing to find?
My favorite thing so far that I found back in February was my CSA belt buckle. They call it the Holy Grail. Relic hunters call it the Holy Grail. If you find it, the CSA belt buckles are very rare and hard to find. But everybody that relic hunts is after that particular buckle.
Well,
and 20 years of hunting, I found one back in February.
Oh yeah.
How good of a shape is it in? I know some of those belt buckles can easily fetch like $5,000. Is that true?
Yes, and this one is being a rare buckle. It's way up there in the money.
Is it? What about they say that all that Civil War stuff from the Confederates? The reason why it's so rare is because when the Union got a hold of it, they just put it in big piles and they burned everything because they didn't want any more of it to exist.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why everything is so rare to find a Confederate artifact?
It's just so hard to find stuff like that. Like the CSA belt buckle. It's very rare. You'll find more Union stuff than you would Confederate. It's just rare to find.
I noticed that you're a big fan of Facebook groups. I think you're on about 23,000 groups. Every time I see you, it says thanks for the ad, thanks for the ad, and Digger Ray's always up there. Thanks for the ad.
Yeah, thank you.
So of all the groups, I know GDA is one of your favorites to place posts because we get them all the time. But it's probably your favorite, right?
Yes.
Of course. What's some of the other sites you guys that you would recommend, and why would you recommend some other Facebook groups where you post?
Dig Fellas. Let's see. I've got so many.
Is that because you get more replies to them, or why are these sites so popular with you?
Yeah. Replies.
Yeah. Hello, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. We saw a few of your posts with a bunch of padlocks. I'm a big fan of padlocks. I found only about maybe a handful of old padlocks. Any of the padlocks you find have anything of value? Because I've seen your collection.
I've got one that's a railroad padlock. I think that, they're real collectible railroad memorabilia relics. A real collectible. I think it's one of my most collectible out of all of my padlocks I've dug over the years.
Oh wow! Yeah, I think I saw that padlock. I do remember seeing this the buckle a couple months ago. You've been posting around like crazy all over the internet, all over Facebook, and it's really amazing seeing some of the stuff that you're finding. And honestly, for one, I'm really jealous of some of the places that you're able to hunt, because the stuff that you're finding, well, me being an American, first and foremost, the stuff that you're finding is probably the second most important piece of American history that there is. And the fact that you're able to find them and bring them back into the people's eyes and share them across Facebook and everywhere else, I really need to respect you for that.
Well, thank you. Right now, my biggest thing is I like to dig 1800s house sites. And I've had a lot of luck here the last 2 or 3 years of just 1800s house sites of artifacts, because 1800s house sites, a lot of times when I'm digging on a site, people have lived there all the way from 1800s, have lived there all the way up to about 1920s and 30s. So a lot of times when we're digging, we're getting into artifacts like silver coins from the 1920s and 30s, and I'm finding toys from the 1930s, and a lot of times it's real neat. I find artifacts from World War I, World War II, where veterans come home and they'll lose artifacts that they brought home from the war. I found a lot of great seal buttons. It's amazing sometimes, but when I get back in the woods, I'll find sites that when I tell some friends that want to start digging with me, that'll come dig with me or start out digging, I'll take them in the woods. I said, we're going to dig 1800s house sites, and they're thinking we're going to go up to a house, but I get back in the woods and when I show them these sites, there's nothing left but maybe part of the chimney sticking up out of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these are early sites, and it's amazing.
Cellar holes and just the chimney remnants of the stone. Right.
The dangerous thing is I have to look out for them. We got a lot of open wells. You gotta be careful because you'll fall in a well. A lot of times when I first get on the site, that's the first thing I look for, the open well. Before I even start digging, I make sure that the well is either covered up or either the well is locate the well before I start digging the site. Because a lot of times you don't want to fall in one of them wells.
No.
you're not coming out.
That'll end the hunt really quick.
Never be seen again.
Yeah, the wells were really protected by the stone or the wood that went around it, and the little crank that brought the water up, and now that's all rotted away. Now you just got this big 4-foot gaping hole in the ground. It's going to go, where whatever the depth of the water that it had to get down to could be 80 feet, right?
Mm-hmm. Some of them I walk up and look. You can look down in them, and they're so deep you can't see the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And one time I was digging a site. I found a site I come up on, and me and a buddy of mine, I told him, I said, here's the well. We located the well. Well, I got over on the other side of the site, and there's another well. And I hollered at him. I said, you know what? This thing, be careful. It's got 2 wells. And then about 10 minutes later, I found the 3rd well.
Wow.
I said, these people had water problems back in the day, trying to, I guess they dug down, 2 wells, and they didn't hit water. So
right. Well, sometimes what they'll do is sometimes they'll dig and they'll hit water, and then it's only maybe they'll hit water at 20, 30 feet. Then it runs low. Instead of digging lower into that well, they'll just start digging another well, thinking that water tapped out.
It's amazing because now you got machinery that go down and dig a well, but back then they were hand dug, and a lot of times when I come up on a well, you can look down there and you can see where they dug the sides out, like for steps to climb back out after they dug it. It's real neat.
Oh.
And it just, it probably took maybe a month to dig a well, because back then with a shovel, that's all you had back in the day to dig a well. It took some time to get down to water. You just didn't dig it in one day.
Yeah.
What about privies and just garbage dumps on sites? Did they ever come up with anything really, in an outhouse that got dropped into the hole, or?
A lot of times when I'm out, I find these sites. A lot of them are real clean. Balls on top of the ground. So that indicates to me that there's a trash pit somewhere that they hauled all their trash off, throw the bottles and stuff away in the trash pit. Now a lot of times we get on the sites and there's bottles be laying everywhere, washed up out of the ground, sticking up on the ground where they just chunked them when they got through with them. But I've always looked for privies. But all these sites, like I said, when I find these sites, there's nothing really, left of them. But just sometimes just the chimney. Sometimes there's just part of the chimney sticking up out of the ground. And but I've got one site that I found that I actually found the privy, and I'm going to do a privy dig this winter. It's just so hot right now to dig it. But
your winters are pretty mild down there, so we're talking what, 60 degrees, 40 degrees? What does it get? How cold does it get down there in the wintertime?
In the wintertime, it drops to about 30.
Yeah.
But right now, the thing with July and August is it gets so hot, and if we don't get no rain, the Georgia clay is rough. It's rough to cut to try to dig an artifact. Sometimes I have to just wait till about September, or if we're lucky and get a good rain in between the month of July and August, because the Georgia clay is rough to dig through.
Yeah. So
that's
you
like
end up just marking the location and waiting till what? Till the...
Yes, then trying to come back another day. I like it when it rains because we have real good luck after a good rainstorm. It seems like the conductivity of the relics. You can go back and if we're looking that day and we're not finding much, and I always like to go after a good rainstorm to go back to a site, because after a good rainstorm, it's something to do with the conductivity in the ground. The relics are just, man, we went to one site and we just pulling them up left and right, finding all kinds of stuff. And I said, golly, I said, we wasn't finding much when we first got on that site. I said, something to do with and then too, it's a lot better digging when it rains.
They get wet, and you got that little bit of a rainbow effect that they give off, and so you're gaining about 3 inches of a signal that you probably wouldn't get when it was really dry out. So your summers down there where you don't dig is like our winters up north, where the ground is too frozen to dig, and your ground is too hard to dig in the summertime.
Y'all get all the snow up there. We might be lucky to get 2 inches or 3. We don't get snowed in down here, so maybe that snow after 2 inches and it's gone the next day, and then we're right back out digging.
Yeah, plus you have a 3-day school holiday. So all the kids are back home because of a snow day.
Yeah.
Well, Digger, it's really Ray. It was really good to talk to you today. I'm glad you were able to come on with us. Do you have a site or a YouTube page or anything that you would like to promote to our listeners out there?
Not this time. I'm thinking about later on. We're fixing to start making some videos. I'm gonna put out there
Fantastic.
To show you what some of these awesome sites that we're on, and the things that we're digging. I've been wanting to try to get that up started for everybody to see.
All right, that's great, because you could see Digger Ray on our group page. He's there posting some really, really great finds, or I call them saves. And he's all over Facebook. He's in all different groups. So check out his finds. They're really great. They're really interesting. Thumbs up from me all the time, or the big heart, whatever you want to call it. But I love to see your finds. Hope you got some really good luck in near future, so we can see some more of those digs from you.
Thank you, Dave, and thank you, Lance, for having me on the show.
Well, thank you for coming in. Yeah, we keep, like Dave said, we keep looking forward to all your posts.
Thank you.
All right, Ray. We'll talk to you later.
Okay. Yeah, have a good one. Thank you.
Thanks.
Right,
you too.
Bye.
All right, it was Digger Ray out of, what was the name of the town in Georgia? Do you remember how we said it?
No, honestly, I can't remember what it is, but it's just south of Atlanta. That's what I remember.
Yeah. A suburb of Atlanta, we'll just call it.
The only place I've ever been to in Atlanta, in Georgia, was Fort Benning, and anybody who was U.S. Army knows exactly what that means.
I just been to Atlanta once, but it was pretty cool from what I saw, but I wasn't into metal detecting at that time. I probably would have been salivating going through what I saw down there, the plantations and some of the old buildings and stuff like that. But like I said at the time, I wasn't into relic hunting or metal detecting. So there's my story of Georgia.
Yeah.
All
So,
right. Go ahead.
Yeah, it seems that there was a short drop off on audio, which I'm hoping is not going to be in there during the download. If any of our listeners listen to the show on iTunes or download it straight from Spreaker, I'm hoping that there might have just been an internet connectivity issue from the outgoing portion. So anybody who wants to hear the whole show, minus the 10-second dead zone that seemed to have popped up there, which was not coming from us, I can assure you that. Just check out iTunes. Just type in Global Detection Adventures, the podcast, and you can download it for free and listen to it whenever you want to on your iPhone and anything else. And you can also download it straight from Spreaker.com, Spreaker.com, and download it from there as well, and do the same thing. Listen to it whenever you want to. Like me, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I listen to them at work when there's nobody else around me. So,
well, if you know Global Detection Adventures, we're like 1 for 10 of getting a solid show with no technical difficulties. So
Yeah.
I think it's time.
Today being our, Big 10, we just broke the double digits. I figured, today was going to be the day that it would go without a hitch.
No, I think we're going to have to wait till we get into the triple digits before we start with that. Yeah, we're really looking into getting into more of a live broadcast. It's really tough what we're looking for because Lance is in Germany. I'm here in the United States. So to get us together on one live feed where you could see us both, plus you're able to call in live if you'd like to call in live to to ask questions. So we're looking into that. We're hoping at the beginning of next year this whole thing will be reformulated to where we won't have these problems. But like I said, we're only 10 shows in, guys. There's a lot of things we have to dig through and just kind of shake up and just see what we can do to eliminate some of these problems. So
yeah, I think after today, our biggest thing, I'm gonna have to give my friend Nathan over at Black Ada a call, and the people that host this podcast, the wonderful people over in the United Kingdom from Black Ada, some of the best digging utensils that are on the market, and they are the ones that provide us all the technical and the website and everything else for this podcast, and let them know that we need to try and see if we can find an alternative instead of using software, if there might be a hardware issue that we might be able to move into rather to stop any of these issues coming in. All
right. So who's up next? Are we going to go to the news with Dave Sadler? Or
yeah, exactly, man. You're on it today.
Dave Sadler's on deck right now. He's got three baseball bats, and he's swinging away, making those cuts.
They don't do baseball in the UK. It's cricket.
It's cricket. So how do they warm up cricket? Do they take cricket?
They got 2 or 3 cricket bats.
Is that what they use, or they use those donuts they put on there and
No. It's a bat.
It's a cricket bat. I played cricket. Well, I was at a soccer camp in Maine, and we were with some English guys from all over the different parts of the country, and we had some English guys there, and they were playing cricket. So I joined in. Man, that game is simple, so easy. I was like playing baseball, except they bounce the ball first before you get to hit it. Man, I was whacking home runs. I don't know what they call them out there. Cricket, man. I was whacking those things all over the place. All the English guys are looking at me like I was amazed because, this guy from America, he can't play our game. But, man.
That was the best British accent I heard you do yet.
Was it? Yeah, wait till Dick, Don, and Twig come on. I'm going to give them my Cockney accent and just blow their mind. So, let's go. Let's listen to some news with Dave Sadler and see what's going on worldwide with some treasure hunting and relic finding.
All right, let's do this.
And now from the studio in the United Kingdom, it's David Sadler and the Archaeology and Metal Detecting Magazine News.
Good evening and welcome to the GDA News with me, Dave Sadler, editor of the Archaeology and Metal Detecting Magazine. So, since in the last 2 weeks we've had lots of things going on in the world. First and foremost, we've had the Roman Colosseum. It's getting a 7.2 million exterior makeover. It's in serious need of repair, and being nearly 2,000 years old, who could expect otherwise? Over in the UK, a lady I know called Patricia Richmond has found a 7-year-old gold ring in a farmer's field in Cheshire. A beautiful ring, which is over currently with the coroner in Warrington. More in the UK, Ken Sampson has discovered a stash of 16 coins while using a metal detector in the woods near the Doubletree by Hilton Hotel on the Swallow Roundabout in Dundee. He said it's the first major find since he began metal detecting 9 years ago. He doesn't know when the coins date from, but they were buried together and some may have Greek script stamped upon them. There's been a discovery of a Philistine burial site which may solve a biblical mystery. Unravelled discovery on the southern coast of Israel may enable archaeologists to finally unravel the origins of one of the most notorious and enigmatic peoples of the Hebrew Bible, the Philistines. The discovery of the large cemetery outside the walls of ancient Ashkelon, a major city of the Philistines between the 12th and 7th centuries BC, is the first of its kind in the history of archaeological investigation in the region. Fun news now. Police have been called in to investigate the discovery of human remains in a cemetery. Police were alerted after human remains were discovered in the northeast town earlier this week in a cemetery. Officers were called to Kirkton Cemetery in Fraserburgh, Scotland on Monday after a council worker unearthed the remains in a section of ground which had not yet been allocated for graves. Detectives and forensic experts sealed off the area and are currently investigating. There's been a hoard of 8,000 Roman coins found by an Altrincham treasure hunter in Cheshire again. All these people in Cheshire finding amazing things, and hey, I live in Cheshire, and where's mine? Metal detecting enthusiast Ronald Lees from Altrincham was ecstatic when he unearthed the find of a lifetime in a Cheshire field. The 62-year-old initially found dozens of Roman coins, which became a hoard of almost 7,800 after archaeologists helped reveal the full extent of the major discovery. Primitive machine from the Great Pyramid of Giza is being reconstructed. The ancient Egyptians created a simple yet elaborate system of blocks and grooves within the Great Pyramid of Giza to protect the king's chamber from tomb robbers. In an upcoming episode of the Science Channel's On Earth, the system comes to life via computer animations. In the episode, Egyptologist Mark Lehner describes the system for viewers, calling it a very primitive machine. Lehner leads Ancient Egypt Research Association. The oldest human settlement, potentially, has been discovered in the Persian group. Sayed Morteza Ramati told Mer News cultural heritage correspondent on Saturday that during the last glacial period, Queshm has been connected to mainland Iran by a thick layer of ice. During investigations in roof of the Queshm in June, the vicinity of Tabal and Salk villages, we found pebble tools finely cut by hand. These included simple cut and variety of main rock. The pebbles used in choppers are flint and ingenious rocks. The method of removing flakes, which is older one, shows stone tools belonging to a mid-Paleolithic area, he detailed. A tad of history now. The Vatican has just digitized a classic poem, the Aeneid, more than 2,000 years ago. It was written by Virgil. He wrote the classic poem. Thanks to the Vatican, you can now read one of the world's oldest versions of the ancient Latin text online. The Vatican Apostolic Library announced Friday that it has digitized a 1600-year manuscript that contains fragments of the epic, which tells the tale of the ancient hero Aeneas as he ventures from Troy to Italy. The manuscript also includes portions of Virgil's second major poem, Georgics, which is about agriculture and mankind's struggle with nature. That's all for the news this week. Don't forget to visit our website, www.archmdmag.com, which will give you information more so on all these news bulletins today. We've also now added several articles by archaeologist Alison Smith. We've updated media. There's several new events in the UK. Our PDFs has been added to, and a new area of magazines and newsletters, which have two UK metal detecting magazines, one from UK Detectors Network called Word, and the second, the current issue of Detectorist by Northern Relic Hunters. I'm Dave Sadler, and this was the news.
Well, that was Dave. I got to give an apology. I boosted his audio, and when we had our technical issues, I accidentally reloaded the unboosted audio. So if you had to squint your ears or turn up your volume all the way to the point and I just started talking and almost blew your eardrums out of your head, I just really need to apologize.
Well, your apology is accepted by me at least. Okay. Hey, Digger Ray, he lives in Newnan, like Noonan, Newnan, Georgia.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was.
It's hard with his accent. I thought it was Newman, but it's Noonan.
Okay.
Well, now we know. So if you're going down there in Noonan, Georgia, you got to look up Digger Ray and go hunting with him. Is that
you got to link up with him. I'm pretty sure he'll take you out to some places and teach you or treat you to a really good hunt out there somewhere.
Yeah, he was talking about no rain. We've had a ton, well, I don't want to say a ton of rain, but like every 3 days it rains here. Yet when I went out digging today, the ground is still so dry. It's just I just went to a local high school. I just had to get an hour or two in because I haven't been out in such a long time. And so I went out and just, it cuts easy, but the dirt underneath that grass line is so dry. It's like you don't really want to dig it because that kind of kills the grass, even though you make a nice plug.
Yeah.
The grass is just so brittle, it just falls off with dirt. So I'll probably stay away, not totally, but I'll probably stay away. I do most of my hunting in the spring and the fall anyways. Just the temperatures and the ground is much softer, and then your grass doesn't die on you. But I went out digging this morning, and it was raining. And so I just threw a piece of plastic over my control box and just hunted the front lawn of the high school. And all I mustered up was one cool find. It was just clad quarters, but there was 5 quarters in one hole.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's my, I guess you could say it's my record. I think that the most I found was 2 or 3 quarters in one hole. But this was just and they were all on top of each other like a little sandwich. And then I mustered up a 1950D wheat coin. But
nice
I went to a few other parts, but I've been there before. I'm pretty sure they're hunted out. I'm just waiting for my cool permissions. I'm going to wait till it gets a little cooler out and the ground is a little softer before I go to them, so I could try to end the year up strong with some good hunts. But how about you? You been out there digging or?
I did. I have to admit, I did a little bit of digging last week. Last weekend we had our family barbecue, which we have over here in Germany once a year, usually during the first weeks of July. And I was waiting on permission from one of the farmer fields that was right next to it, because right next to where the gardens, you got to remember over here in Germany, people have private gardens, which is a plot of land that's outside of the city or outside of the town. So it'll be like 20 or 30 walled off or fenced off gardens, and that's all it is a garden with maybe a little garden house on it, and then right next to it is going to be farmer fields. So we had the garden there, and the farmer had just cut his field and laid down the hay and was getting it ready to roll up. So I was like, I'm going to wait on the farmer to show back up. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and swing a couple times in the guy's garden and see exactly what I could find. And lo and behold, the very first dig, about a good 3 centimeters, about 1.5 inches down, I got a 20 euro cent coin. And after that, it was just all World War II flak. So, but
that happens. That happens to me all the time. You're out there digging. Your first find is so amazing, and then all of a sudden there's nothing. You think you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, this is a great site."
I was only digging. I only dug 3 holes, and they were all perfect signals, and they should have all been coins from the signal. But as soon as I went down, it just ended up being a large piece of brass from '88 flak from the Germans during World War II. So. And that's going to be all around this area. So if you've seen any of my videos, I dig that up nonstop.
All right. So, all right. Well, who do we got up next?
All right. So we're going to go ahead and cut into commercial. We're going to bring in our very special guests, Digger Don and Twig the Dig. And we're going to be talking with them. Today's going to be a very lighthearted conversation, I think. And we'll get them in and we'll talk to them. But for now, let's go ahead and listen to the commercials from our favorite sponsor, Black Edda, and one of our very new best friends as well,
Kelly Cole.
Yep.
Yeah.
So stick around, everyone. We'll talk to you in about 2.5 minutes.
Oh, man. I've been out here metal detecting all day. I finally got the perfect signal, which was probably a gold brick or $1 million in coins, and my spade broke trying to dig the hole.
Has this ever happened to you? I'm pretty sure it has. With the Black 88 spades, you will never have that problem again. With reinforced welds and reinforced shafts, the Black 88 digging accessories are one of the best on the market, created by metal detectors for metal detectors. So make sure you visit their website at black88.com and purchase yourself one of their fantastic digging accessories.
Oh, wow, this new spade is really tearing up the ground. Thanks, Black ADA.
So visit black88.com. That's black88.com. The side effects of using the Black 88 spades are included but are not limited to addiction to metal detecting, digging holes easier, finding more relics, creating cleaner plugs, listening to the Global Detection Adventures podcast, making YouTube videos, watching V3i Sweeper episodes, watching Detecting Bavaria with Lance and Black 88.
I'm Dave D, YouTube's V3i Sweeper and co-host of the GDA podcast. When I'm in need of metal detecting gear, 4 words will get my business: professional, responsible, dependable, and prompt. And at Calico Metal Detectors, they meet that criteria 100%. They carry all the top brands: Whites, Garrett, Minelab, Fisher, Tesoro, Technetics, and more. Think you'll get a better price at Uncle Frankie's store? I don't think so. At Calico Metal Detectors, they have a 100% match guarantee. That's right, I said it, a 100% match guaranteed. Need accessories? They got them. Pinpointers, digging tools, coils, cameras, prospecting gear. Sit down, Uncle Frankie, I'm not done yet. Need more reasons? How about 30-day hassle-free returns? Lifetime support. At Calico, you can even sell or trade your old detector. And for GDA members only, use the exclusive promo code GLOBAL and get free FedEx shipping on orders of $50 or more. Calico is America's #1 metal detecting retailer. So visit Calico Metal Detectors at calico.com. That's KELLYCO.com. Now I'm done.
All right, so we're back on. So make sure you guys check out Blackadda and head on over to Calico as well, especially if you're in the United States. They will offer some of the best offers that there are. And I also want to make sure that we bring up BowieCountyMetalDetectors.com as well. So make sure our friends over there in Texas and anybody who wants to order from them as well can check them out. All right, so I'd like to officially announce, with all the technical issues we've been having today, we've finally got a call straight through to Digger Dawn and Twig the Dig. Do I really need to introduce these two?
Well, let me do it in my English accent.
There you go. Go ahead and do it.
All right. This is Dave D from the United States of America. And today we are listening to Digger Dawn and Twig the Dig. They are live today with us, and I don't know, how's that? If I keep talking like that, and all of a sudden it'll turn into like a Spanish accent. I don't know, I can't control my accents. But anyways, Don and Twig, welcome to GDA, the podcast.
Hello.
Hello. Is that Cockney accent? Is that?
Hello, guys. Sorry, we were trying to have a trick to make you think it was broken again. Sorry. Did it not work?
No, sorry.
Like the comedians when every other word shows up. Yeah, we get... No, I thought you were doing your... What? What'd you say? What? I thought you were doing your Cockney accent, so...
I've got to say that English accent was not very good, was it?
Yeah, I know, it sucked.
Got in trouble.
I had some friends from England, and they were always, I say, okay, I'll do the English accent, you do the American accent. And every time they would do the American accent, it would be like, you motherfucker. That's all they could say is like, okay, you motherfucker. I say, we don't say that all the time. It's just like, sorry, everybody out there listening to the
Dave, and hi.
I guess I'm going to have to click the explicit button.
Yeah, well, we'll beep that out in the editing, but those blokes from over there in England town. So, last time you guys were on, I wasn't able to talk to you, so I'm really glad you guys I'm able to talk to you this time. What's been going on with you? I mean, the last time you got that, you were swinging that the 400 Ace that you just got, Ace 400 that you just got, and how's that going for you? And what have you been digging up lately?
Well, the 400 is going really well for me. I mean, I like the iron audio on it, I've got to say. However, I think the land where we've been at the minute, with it being summer over here, the problem is the nicer the weather gets, the harder it is to get on land because the grass is all grown and everything else. So we've been a bit short, really, of decent land, haven't we, to be able to get on?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I found a really old jetton with it from the 13th century.
Oh, yeah.
Which was really, really chuffed to bits about that. I don't know if you know what a jetton is. It's like a hammered coin, but it wasn't a hammered coin, if you know what I mean.
You know, watching you guys, your videos and stuff like that, I had no idea what a hammered coin was, and now it's like, I'm not gonna say I'm an expert, but I understand that all the stuff that you guys are finding out there is just, to me now, I'm getting blown away. It's like, because I know what's hard to find and what's not hard to find. What are some of your favorite things to find where you guys go metal detecting? Like what really gets your juices flowing when you open up that hole?
Hammered coins.
Hammered coins.
Bronze Age axes.
Bronze Age axe heads. Obviously, we've not found any of these. We're just imagining.
Celtic status.
Is there any relic or anything that like is so rare or something that you like?
Well, to be honest, today we've got permission. We've got a new permission. It's quite high on the moors, where we go, where it's very scenic. And it was a new permission, and we got given it. I got chatting to a woman in a pet shop about long-haired guinea pigs, and it turns out she's got a farm. So she said, "Oh yeah," she said, "I planted some trees and stuff, and the Forestry Commission said that I couldn't plant in this area because there's an Iron Age settlement on it. So if you want to go on it, you can do." So we trekked miles today, didn't we? All the way over the moors to get there. But it was a bit, like I say, because it's summer, the grass is a bit crazy and a bit wild. So we hunting for Bronze Age axe heads all day, weren't we, today? And all we found was Bronze Age Coke cans, unfortunately.
Well, you know what you do is you guys can bring like a mini weed whacker or a lawnmower, and you can mow the grass and then do it.
Well, we usually use sheep for that, but even the sheep can't keep up with it. Yeah, it is really, really wild at the top of them moors when it's summer.
So when you guys go digging, do you guys you guys go together a lot, or do you ever go solo all the time? You guys are digging?
We always go together. We never go alone.
So I'm sure that's the same thing when you guys go to the pub too, right? You guys always go together.
Yeah, we do everything together. To be honest,
all right.
Well, not everything.
You?
No, not everything.
And we just. I think I've said it to you before. Is that we're not like highly sociable people when we're at home. We just like doing our own thing. That's why we've been doing quite a lot of live videos, on a Friday night, because we'd rather just sit at home and drink beer, wouldn't we?
But how is not social? That is extremely sociable. You're inviting everybody into your life, and I just find it amazing. I think it's fantastic, honestly.
Well, it's like an antisocial, highly sociable. I mean, we're speaking to everybody online. I know it sounds a bit strange, but if anyone comes and knocks on our front door, it's like you'd think there's something happening, wouldn't you?
Guns are out.
Guns are out, looking out the window, peeking around the curtains, going, "Oh God, what's happening? What's happening?"
We got company. Get down.
Sweep, get him!
Oh man, who's trying to sell us something now? Hey, Sweep's back. I heard Sweep's got a new voice.
Yeah, he has his. Although when he squeaks quite a lot, he might have to go back to the squeaker shop. His voice. He's a bit cheeky.
Hey Don, I heard that Stephen Ocker's he's trying to make a video with an airband video.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get everybody to go in, and I heard that you don't like rock and roll. You're a disco queen.
Yeah.
Is that
I really don't. I'm sorry for all the people that like rock out there. I really don't like rock with a passion. I like dance stuff, 70s stuff, but I just don't like rock stuff.
A little bit of a disco queen, and a little Saturday Night Fever kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, have you seen our Not of the Pops, what we do on a Friday night when we were singing? Have you ever seen those?
Yeah.
No, I
have.
You have? Yeah, I haven't seen them.
If you look at the type of songs, they're all from the 70s then.
Yeah. Yeah,
well,
that's true.
Yeah, I like 70s music too. I mean, I'm not... Well, there's some songs I like, because back in the days in the 70s, they actually used instruments to play the music. And you get into the 90s and everything's all synthesizers and, audio tracks and things like that. So
And Twiggy's done some excellent air guitar to Barry White, haven't you?
With the Deus.
With his Deus. He did some really good air guitar, didn't you? So you don't need to be in rock bands to do air guitar with the Deus.
Well, Twig, how do you do the air guitar with what? With one beer in the hand and then and the metal detector in the other hand? I don't understand. How can you do that?
It's program 20. It's amazing that Deus, what it can get up to.
Well, yeah. A lot of people are using it in your neck of the woods. Is the Deus? Where's that come from? Who's the manufacturer on that?
It's a French manufacturer.
Is it French? Yeah.
They've had some fantastic machines out, XP, over the years, and a lot of people still swear by them. I have a bad back, so I choose obviously the lightest gear I can, and also it's the programmability about it and the fact that you've got so many choices of changing in the field just by the press of a button. It's an amazing machine. It'll take you a year to understand it, no doubt about it, because there's that much choice. But once you understand everything about it, once you know what everything does, you can just tweak it, and if it doesn't work, you can tweak it back, or you can tweak it the other way. It's such a fantastic machine.
What's like the list price on that? How much do they cost?
We're probably looking at about £1,300, I think.
Okay, so that's what, about, I don't know, US monies?
It's a lot of money for a detector, but there are detectors priced higher than that. You can pay up to probably about 10 grand for a detector if you win one.
So who's the king of the metal detectors? You or Don? Who gets the most? Who gets the most fines?
You're poking the hornet's nest on this one.
I've got to say, I'll answer this one.
Who's the queen? Who's the king?
On the whole, right, when we go out, Twiggy finds far more than I do. A lot of that time is because I'm being distracted by animals and looking at sheep and things like that. But
and a camera in your hand.
yeah. Most of the time, though, he does know exactly, more or less, what he's digging up, where I don't have that same sort of capability. However, when we look in our treasure box, some of our best finds are what I've found, aren't they? So there's only one of us found a hammered coin, which was me, which was an Elizabeth I one from 1575. I think I told you that one before. And then I found that Jetton as well, which was from 12th, 13th century. So that's like 700 years old. However, Twiggy found a heraldic pendant the other day, which was from about the 12th century. It was from about 1240, wasn't it? Which would have hung on a horse, a knight's horse.
How often do you guys get out to go detecting, or how much do you try to get out?
We go out every single weekend without fail. Don't think we've not been out in a weekend I think we've done 2 weekends when we've not been out in 18 months.
Wow. So are you doing a lot of traveling, or you just have your area that's so big that your permission you're on there for such a long time?
Yeah, we don't go that far really, not as far as what we'd hoped to. I mean, we went out yesterday on a group dig about 20 mile away, didn't we? And then today we've just been up on our moors looking for an axe head.
Have you ever been out, or have you ever been over to the United States?
I have. I lived in Florida, for 12 months.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Were you a digger back then, or no?
No, I wasn't, unfortunately.
Yes, she was. For gold.
It's not funny.
I'm not laughing.
I'm not laughing either. Twig? Nobody's laughing, Twig.
So we got a question that's actually coming across the line from you guys. Stefano Schmitz wants to know how Andy got his name Twiggy or Twig the Dig.
Right, first of all I want to say, hello Stefano.
Hello Stefano.
He's a great lad. Lives in Holland, and forgive me if I get this wrong, I think he's 15.
Really?
But he goes out digging with his dad. And he gets up some really good war stuff, doesn't he, in our group. He's a great lad, he is. He's really, really good at his detecting. He puts some videos. So, have a look at his videos as well. And on our YouTube channel, he makes it his mission to be the first commenter every week, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He waits till 7 o'clock on the dot, and then he gets it on first comment. So, hi, Stefano. So, to the answering the question. Now, Twiggy has got a strange man pad, which is his house. And he's, you might have seen the garden's quite nice. He likes his garden and things like that. Now, inside it's sort of a strange shape, and he's managed to put a full-size tree in the corner that's got sort of lights in it and twigs. It's hard to imagine, but he's got a full-size tree in the corner of his living room that all comes out. And I used to call it the Twiggy tree. And then one day when I was at work, taking the Mickey out of his arms because they were all brown because he'd been outside, I made a little man out of a blue tack body and a blue tack head, and I painted a bit of Tipex on it so it had white hair. And then I give it Twiglet arms and legs, you see. And then I started calling him Twiglet after that.
The Twiglet, the Twiglets that you buy in a packet, that is.
You know, the Twiglet crisps?
Oh, they call them Twix or Twiglets?
Yeah, a bit
Twiglets.
like
They're a bit like pretzels, like long, twisty brown things.
Yeah, they have like a root beer or some kind of soda pop over here. It's called Twiggy. I was going to send you a case over there. It's Twiggy soda they have here.
That's fantastic. I never even heard of that one.
Yeah, some it's one of those.
People in the UK will know what Twiglets are, and really they're just pretzels that are sort of like a pen shape, quite long and thin like a pen shape. So I just stuck some of those in a blue tack body and made him arms and legs and then said it was him. So that's... I don't know whether you expected that answer, but that's what it was.
Don, got a question for you.
Yeah.
What's your favorite American TV show?
Ooh. I did used to really like, back in the day, Married with Children.
Do you know you get a lot of American TV over there, or is it just the BBC?
Oh yeah, we get loads. I mean, we watch a lot of documentaries, don't we? KG and Ringy, we like watching them, don't we? Yeah. American, diggers.
Twig, who's funnier, Benny Hill or Monty Python?
Ooh, that's a tough one. That.
Ooh.
I don't know. Ooh, it is a tough one. I'd say they're both as funny as each other, but in their own ways. I love Monty Python and I love Benny Hill. I wouldn't like to say, to be honest.
One of my dreams is actually to put speeded up us running around a field with Benny Hill music in it. That made my Dana video, but we couldn't get away with it because of the copyright on the music.
Yeah.
But
Actually,
maybe you can find a musician out there that might be able to just mix up the music just slightly, that it's close enough, but not the same.
Yeah, that's an idea. I'd love to do that. Just have us running around the field, speeded up with Benny Hill. Oh, that'd be ace, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So do you have any big plans to any big trips or anything that you guys are gonna be thinking about or going to in the near future as far as permissions?
Well, I'm off work for the next 5 weeks now. I've had a week off, but obviously Twiggy's still working, so we can't go too far. However, we have been planning on, it's still not 100%, it's about 90%. Of going to Norfolk in August on a big dig there. There's like a massive rally. But we're definitely going to attend Dave Sadler, who's just been on. He's having a charity dig on the 21st of August. He's having one of those in Rochdale, so we're going on that one for him because we spend a lot of time with Dave Sadler. He's great.
Does he live nearby you guys?
No, not really, does he? He lives about 40 miles away.
Oh, well, that's still close.
Yeah, well, not in American terms, it's probably next door, isn't it? But, in England, it's quite far, I think, that 40 miles.
Yeah, he lives in Cheshire.
Cheshire, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we're going to go ahead and cut to another segment, this time by our friend Bob Hope, the other Global Detection Adventures member out of the UK. And then we're going to come back, and we got a question from Trish Kibble, and we'll go ahead and talk with the guys in just a few minutes. But until then, let's go ahead and listen to Mr. Bob Hope, one of my best friends.
Okie dokie.
Good morning, it's Bob Hope from the Global Detection Adventures team here in the UK. I'd like to tell you just a little short story this time. We'd just come off the beach, been detecting, me and Lenny. He's one of my friends. Do a lot of beach detecting together. Just cleaning down the equipment when we were approached by a gentleman called Ian. Now, Ian says he's just purchased a metal detector and he's just getting into the hobby. I asked him what he had and he said, I've bought a Garrett Euro Ace. I said, well, yeah, that's a good starter machine. A little bit upmarket from the basic one, but it's quite a good machine. It'll work fine on the beach. Anyway, we got chatting and he was asking if there was any clubs in the area. Fortunately, there isn't any clubs in our area, but we have got a local forum. So I suggested he joined the forum and ask some questions on there. And some of the members would possibly help him out, along with myself. And lo and behold, when he signed into the forum on the night, sure enough, Ian had joined and was asking questions and getting answers back. And he seemed quite happy at that. He was also found out that there was a dig coming up, forum dig, coming up on the weekend. And he'd obviously getting signed up for that, being advised he needed to join the National Council for Metal Detecting to get his public liability insurance, which he gratefully did, and that gave him access onto the land, obviously, so he was covered in any eventuality that there was a problem and it needed rectifying via an insurance. But anyway, everything went pretty smoothly. I was attending the dig, but obviously I wasn't obviously digging because of my condition at the moment. I can manage the beach on the sand. It's not too bad. But once I get the hard pasture, which this dig was hard pasture, obviously I wouldn't have been able to manage the digging. It would have been just too much for me. But I still attend the digs to help out, brew cups of tea, coffee, bits and bobs like that, have a bit chat with the lads. So anyway, I decided, well, we'll pick him up and we'll take him down and introduce him there. And duly the day came, we went over, picked Ian up, and on the way down we were chatting. He was a bit hesitant meeting the lads, but obviously he said, you won't have a problem. There won't be a problem here. You know, you'll fit in just fine. And as he did, he enjoyed himself just chatting to the lads before we wandered off to the dig, which is only a mile or two down the road from the meeting point. When we arrived, first field was a bit chattery, a lot of iron in there, a lot of the lads walked off it, said we're going to move on. Quite a few fields to pick from, about 3 or 4 on that dig. It was an old ex-army training camp, World War II training camp, being used by the British Army at that time. Obviously it was now derelict buildings and partly used as a farm, so... Anyway, on the second field, he gets his first target. A little bit of disappointment when he dug some tin foil. But I explained, tin foil, it's in the target range. You've got to dig tin foil, which is aluminium foil to you Americans. So anyway, on to the next target. And lo and behold, he digs out a British Army dog tag. Or not the type that fits the four-legged friends, of course. This is a military identification tag. So he tugs on that as it's coming out the hole, getting quite excited, and lo and behold, out pops another, and another, and behold, in total he gets 9 out of this one hole. He was absolutely buzzing. He was totally elated. So really, he had 3 sets of 3. Was it 3 sets of 3 and 1 oddball one, I believe. If my memory serves us right. I know there was I think there was 9 in total, but I'm not quite sure. I do have a video of it, of the unearthing of them identification tags, so it could be well worth popping the link into the description down below here, and you can pop it onto my YouTube channel and see Ian recovering them identification tags. But that was quite a day. It made his day. He really enjoyed the day. So he met the lads. He found some other finds. I think they're also on display on the YouTube. But I say he never stopped talking about it on the drive home. He was really, really excited, and I was really pleased for him on his first day that he'd found something that was of real interest. Anyway, we'll leave it at that, and hope you enjoyed the story there. And with that, we'll pass you back to Lance and Dave for the rest of the podcast. Thank you.
All right, that was Bob Hope, not the actor, for everybody who just wrote me and said, was that Bob Hope, the actor?
Yeah, we dug him up. He's been dead for I don't know how many years. We dug him up for this segment. Just a skeleton, that's all. That's
my very good friend, Robert Hope, from the northeast of England. And he's been an on-again, off-again member of the Global Detection Adventure since the very beginning. In fact, from the beginning, I wish I'd listened to him a lot more, because he had provided me so much insight as far as what I should do in order to help forward the GDA brand. And unfortunately, I didn't listen, and now.
Well, you know what it was? We had 10 players at the time. And for some reason, everybody wanted to go in a different direction. And then when when Bob came in with some direction, I don't know, they took offense to it, which is so weird. And they kind of shunned the guy, which was kind of dumb. But those 10 players who's remaining, Don, is just Lance and I. And Bob Hope.
Yeah.
We do have I still consider him as I don't know, as one of the 10, but he doesn't really come on as much. Is the Kangaroo Kid, and probably Pommy. Still kind of consider them one of the 10, but they don't get involved as much.
Yeah, we got to get Kid Kangaroo in there as well.
Yeah. So we are back, and we're with our Digger Don and Twig the Dig, and they are from the UK, and they have a lot of things going for them. First of all, they got this face group page, which is just really awesome. They have a lot of group members in there, and Don is probably one of the. He's just
careful.
Just a great character. When you go to her YouTube and watch her videos, they are so entertaining. You got to watch it. She's out there digging with Twig, and she's cutting jokes, and she's drinking her coffee, and she's having a good time. She's really having fun out there. You have a lot of videos out there, Don. How many videos do you remember offhand? How many do you have going for you right now?
Well, we've got about 106 main dig videos, which have come out every Tuesday. So it's not as many as you think, but I mean the other videos that are out there we've got a beginner's guide to metal detecting, where we started, making things. Like you might have seen Twiggy making a spade. Did you see that? We've got a template on it.
Well, so I've seen sweep cooking lately.
Yeah, sweeps, and we've got sweep cooking, and we've got a bit of randomness going on as well.
And you have a ton of subscribers, and they keep coming in. You're coming in on a big plateau there. Can you tell us a little bit about that subscriber plateau?
Yeah, well, we're really, really chuffed, and we can't actually believe it, can we, Twiggy? We're really grateful. But with 30 subs off 2,500 subscribers. Wow. So what we've decided to do, we've been kindly donated a really special coin by somebody called Colin Fordham in our group. And he's donated this coin for us for a giveaway prize. Now, we've never dug a silver coin up as good as this. So we've got the video already made. It's going to be a competition video. But we just need another 30 subs before we release it, because we can't say we've got 2,500 when we've only got 2,470. Can we, Twiggy?
No.
And what is going to be this competition, we've thought about it a lot. We've never run one before, so I hope it goes right. But we're going to give away a silver William III sixpence that's in really fine condition from 1696. So you can clearly see the date on it and everything. It's a lovely coin it is. I'd love to dig something up like that. So to win it, what you have to do is, on the little competition video that I'm going to release, you have to name on that the silver coin that you think I'm going to dig up next. And the person that gets it right gets the coin. So because I've made it worldwide, the competition, I realised that, and Americans and things may not be quite as well up on our silver coinage. So I've put a chart in it for abroad users so they can join in and have a go.
So you're gonna get all the subscribers up to 2,500, and then your next dig, is that gonna happen?
Well, yeah. So when it gets to 2,500, I'm going to release this competition video, which is explaining what you need to do to win the coin. And then after that, it's just going to be wait until I dig a silver coin up, and if you guessed right, you get the coin.
Wow, sweet.
So
what? That's a silver coin. What is something like that worth?
I don't know. I mean, you should imagine it's people.
Is that a common coin?
No, not at all. No. It's not a common coin at all. I mean, we'd love to stick that in our treasure box, I've got to say. Like you say, 1696, it's quite an old coin. And it's the condition of it that's lovely.
It's a beautiful coin. It's an absolutely beautiful coin.
Have you seen it?
Yeah. You posted, I saw it when you received it, and you posted a couple photos of it on your Facebook group.
Yeah.
It's in really beautiful condition.
Yeah, it's something that I think anybody would love to have that.
I think it was a mint and drop is what it ended up being. Or at least only a couple months old when it was dropped down.
Yeah, it's not been really handled a lot. You can see all the detail on the face and everything.
So anybody who wants to get involved can actually go straight to YouTube and type in Digger Dawn and Twig the Dig, or just straight up Digger Dawn, and the video will show up when it's ready.
Yeah. And that's going to, the minute we get 2,500 subscribers, the minute that clicks over, I'm going to release the video. It's already up on YouTube, ready to go.
All right, I'm going to ask all the GDA members who are not already subscribed to Digger Dawn and Twig the Dig just to go on there and do so, because then I can can I do the competition? Am I still eligible?
Of course you can. Yeah.
All right.
Worldwide it is. And like I say, I've put a chart on to try and help people from different countries, but yeah, of course you can.
All right, because I would love to have that coin.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and make the announcement that Dave, most likely Bob, myself, and our new I gotta think of what his name is. Our new member of the GDA team, Jason Keller, are going to be exempt from this. So this is for anybody else.
Oh, you son of a gun. Come on, man. You exempting me?
Dawn, would you like to exempt our members?
I don't think you should be exempt, because there's nobody in the world who's going to know which coin I'm going to dig up.
There you go. Okay. So let's go ahead and make it. It's open for everybody, including all GDA.
Yeah. Lance trying to put the kibosh on my coin.
Even Lance and you, David. You know.
I will personally stand out to let anybody else win. But I normally do this with any kind of giveaways and stuff online, because I'd rather that, for me, it's these kind of giveaways and stuff are just fantastic to help the fans of everybody. And me being in a position where I am, having my videos and the podcast and everything else, it just kind of seems, if I ever win anything, it seems a little, I guess you could say, unfair for myself. So I'd rather let everybody else personally win it. I think it's in better hands with anybody.
Oh, sure. Look, now I'm the bad guy. Okay, I see where I'm going with this. All right. If you want me exempt, I'll be exempt too. No, I don't care, Lance. I'm going for it.
Dude, anyway. I wish you luck.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's just a way for us to say thank you to everybody, because we do have a lot of interaction on our videos. I mean, I can put a video out now and we're getting nearly 1,000 views in 2 days, and we're getting 160 comments and 100 likes in a day.
Yeah,
so
exactly. I mean, 5 days.
Pardon?
5 days, 1,083 views. 7 days, 1,417 views. 2 weeks, 1,507. It's amazing. Absolutely.
So we're doing, and it's constant as well. It's not like a one-off. It is a constant.
Yeah, and don't just subscribe and then, just to get it up and then and then leave the group. You got to stay on this. She's I've been watching your videos, Dawn, since I started in metal detecting, and I remember they used to come on this channel. It was a metal detecting channel before like if you posted something on YouTube, it would come onto this channel, and all the metal, anything that came up recently would be on this channel. And it's not there anymore for some reason, but you would come up, and there would be like 5 of your videos that would come up, and I'd watch them all the time, and it was like, she's hilarious, and it's like, you go out there, you don't see many women out there metal detecting, and especially when they're out there metal detecting, making videos, they don't have much of a personality, and your screen time, you click off because you're so bored. But I got to tell you, if you haven't seen Dawn's videos, you're not going to be bored. That's for sure. You're
absolutely not.
You don't. These are the videos you don't fast forward through. You go because you never know what she's going to do, what she's going to say.
She's just. I don't know what I'm going to do, what I'm going to say. That's the thing.
And it's a fly off the cuff kind of moment. That's all.
I don't know if Twig's going to come around and give her that look, and every once in a while you get that, the raised eyebrow. But yeah, there's a great metal detecting club.
Yeah, I think it's right. It works a lot because I'm so random and he's so straight, and it just works, doesn't it?
It's just it's just a great. It's like Lucy and Ricky and I Love Lucy, and it's just. I know you guys are not husband and wife, but it's that team that you got the comedy and the straight person, and it's,
yeah.
Ronettes.
The two Ronnies.
And Twig's not straight, right? I mean, he's just kidding, Twig.
Well, I'd kind of like to go in. We got 2 more questions coming in from your fans online. Trish Kibble, like I said prior to the break, she wants to know what made you guys take up metal detecting.
Well, like I said, I think I might have told you this before, but hey, Trish Kibble, nice to speak to you.
Hey, Trish.
When I was at school, I wanted to be an archaeologist. And when I went for me sort of career chat when I was 14, 15, like you had in those days, and they said to me, Dawn, what do you want to be? And I said, well, I'd like to be an archaeologist. And they just said, don't be silly, just be a hairdresser or something.
Oh, no.
So I ended up being an hairdresser for my first job. But history was something I always kept with me. That's something I always loved. And Twiggy was the same. So when we met, we'd both previously, before we'd met each other, bought a metal detector on the same day, like a year before. So when we met, we decided to, say, look, I've got a metal detector. And they said, oh, I've got a metal detector as well. So we decided to go out together and use them, because the first time we went out on our own, because we had absolutely no idea what to do and we didn't know about Facebook groups, I just felt a bit of a goon. And I just put it back in the shed dead quick, and that's what Twiggy did as well, isn't it? So when we was together and we did it, that's just been it. So because we've always fancied doing it, you see, that's the thing. But we just had to meet each other to have enough confidence to go out, sort of thing.
Yeah, actually, now we got questions flying in like nonstop right now.
It's all right.
Go on.
Go back to that one. That was the last one was from Trish Kibble. Stefano Schmitz, who had a question before, he would like to know, what's your rarest find to date?
Well, we're going to keep that one simple, Stefano. We think it's that heraldic pendant that we found, because we've never found it. We've looked all over the internet, we've looked all over different sites. We've never found a heraldic pendant with such detail of enamelling still in it to say it's about 900 years old.
So that's amazing.
That's that answer.
Well, I wanted to let you know that Stefano on Tuesday is going for his first job interview. And, So from Global Detection Adventures, I want to wish you the best of luck, and I'm sure Dawn wants to do the same as well.
Yeah, Stefano, if they don't employ you, they're mad. If they want a reference, I'll send you one.
And when your employee asks where you want to see yourself in 5 years, look them straight in the face and you say, not here, that's for sure. and you will get that job, I guarantee it.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and cut off. We got Siren Kimmy coming in now. She's going to give us a little brief about his metal detecting cool, and then we'll be back and we'll close our wonderful conversation today, actually, with Digger Don and Twig the Dig and everybody else. So, talk to you guys in about 5 minutes.
Okie doke then. I'll just get another beer.
I'm the fox you've been waiting for. Hello, Daddy. Hello, Mom. I'm your cherry bomb.
Hello again. This is Sarah and Kimmy of Girls Rock Metal Detecting. I really appreciate being back here on the show. Today's topic, it may be a little bit controversial. I want to talk about rock star metal detectorists. Now, before I get into that though, I want to ask a question. Do you think metal detecting is cool? Now, I asked this of Thrills in the Dig, and his response was, I don't really care because I don't care what other people think, which is a valid response. Then I asked my friend Gary of Heavy Metal Detecting the same question, and he jokingly said, no, it's not cool at all. But then he went on to say that metal detecting, it's all about self-education, history, and research. If you can share it, it's fun, aside from the social media trolls, and that is cool. So I have to agree with him on that. When I first started Girls Rock Metal Detecting, there were a few individuals that did not like my approach. There seems to be a split on this issue. There are some detectorists who feel making this hobby fun is a sacrilege of some sort. That by playing rock music in my videos or doing videos in the first place somehow taints the sovereignty of, that is metal detecting. Whatever side you come up on, both are very passionate about their beliefs, and the one thing I can say about detectorists is they are all passionate. Personally, I'm a creative type. I used to run a music magazine years ago. I was not only an editor, but I also was a web editor and a writer. Now, sadly, as it turns out, there's not a lot of money in writing music reviews, so I had to get a real job. By walking out on that, I kind of lost my passion for a while. To be quite frank, I lost a big part of who I was. What I do with Girls Rock ties all of my passions together. It may sound cheesy, but metal detecting has brought not only great friends into my life, but it's given me a reason to create, which is the very heart of me. Without creativity and the ability to express myself, I'm essentially lost. Aside from getting out digging, finding amazing relics, learning about history and about the specific item or location or battle or just learning, what's not cool about that? For me, there isn't anything more rockin' than finding an awesome relic that takes me on a tour through history. Just about every time I go out and dig, I've learned something new, whether it's the research I did that put me in the area I'm digging, or a mystery relic that becomes a puzzle to solve. Forget Pokemon, I'd rather spend my hours on my phone and computer researching that weird little gadget I just dug up. So to me, yes, metal detecting is cool. So I'm going to leave you with an article I wrote on my blog and let you ponder the topic yourself. But I think you'll come to find that metal detecting is one of the most rockinest hobbies ever. We're all super cool relic hunters on a quest for knowledge, and what makes us cooler is we don't care what anyone thinks. We're unapologetic and passionate about metal detecting. Rockstar metal detectorists. I'm going to address this once and once only. I've seen multiple posts complaining about detectorists attempting to become rock stars, insinuating that anyone who would dare disgrace the sovereignty of metal detecting by attempting to bust the stereotypes of crusty, crotchety old men digging for rings on the beach must certainly be in it solely for notoriety. Let's get real. There's never been, nor will there ever be, a detectorist that will reach anything remotely close to rock star status. There isn't anyone out there interesting enough to fill Blossom Music Center or Wembley Stadium based on their detecting prowess alone. None of us are going to get rich from our social media popularity, and I'm fairly certain people are not finding themselves with a proverbial light bulb over their heads and an epiphany that they're going to take up metal detecting because it's going to lead to fame and fortune. Only a handful have achieved more than a few moments in the spotlight of TV. This hardly leads to a mansion in Bel Air and a vacation home in Tuscany. The truth is, each and every one of us was lured into this hobby because we were excited about the hunt. Simple as that. Facebook and YouTube has brought together people from all walks of life and differing backgrounds, each and every one of us having a passion for digging up history or treasures. To belittle or attempt to undermine someone's passion simply because they choose to live life out loud while expressing it is just sad. Social media is changing the face of metal detecting. This is a fact that cannot be denied. The choice is to accept it or hide your head in a hole, hopefully one with a really cool relic, until you're old, gray, and senile. It's not going away. More and more of us are utilizing social media to demonstrate our love for the hobby, and this, my friends, is a good thing. For me, music and metal detecting bring out some of my truest, rawest emotions. When I dig up a relic, I'm connected to the past just as much as I am when I hear a song on the radio that transports me back in time. Music and metal detecting are emotionally provocative, not to mention fun. You know that thing, fun? And I will not apologize for melding the two together. Incidentally, I don't need metal detecting to propel me into rock stardom. I, along with the other lovelies who grace the pages of Girls Rock Metal Detecting, were rock stars long before we began swinging a detector, and we have no intention of toning ourselves down for anyone. So that's it, folks. Please feel free to stop over and see me at Girls Rock Metal Detecting. Happy hunting, everyone, and oh, don't forget, rock metal detecting.
Mic's on.
We're a bit cheap, aren't we?
Yeah, so as you can hear, we're sitting here in the background while Kimmy was going on there. I want to go ahead and thank Siren Kimmy for continuing to provide us with some great stuff.
Great stuff, great videos that she posts on our site, and I want to thank you too, Kim. And we're looking forward to your next bit for us.
Yeah, so we had a little bit of an odd question. Patrick White, one of our longtime friends, and the guy who actually provides one of the segments for the show, is I believe trying to create an intro for his videos and everything else, and has a special request from Dawn to ask if Dawn and Andy would call him a Wally.
Well, first of all, wait, Patrick. You know, you're asking a big star in the Facebook world and metal detecting to do your promo. It's going to cost you. Now, I'm Don's agent today, and it's going to cost you 20 subscribers. You need to get 20 friends to subscribe to her YouTube channel, and then she'll do it.
Promise me you'll get that done.
And if you get that done, and I know you will, because if you don't, you're gonna be paying the pipes. So, all right, Don, I'm gonna allow you to do this, and then I'll make sure you get your 20 subscribers by the end of the week. Or you can fire me.
Am I on then?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Right, Patrick White, this is for you. So don't forget, 20 subs, or we'll send the boys round. Patrick White, you're a right Wally.
Perfect, absolutely.
It's all right.
She's got one, and she did it in one take too, Patrick.
One take.
You know, I want 25 subscribers. One take. One take, Dawn.
No, I do everything in one take.
Patrick, just promised I will do my best.
Doesn't sound too promising.
Listen, tell him. Sweep's got something to say. He says, get 20 subs or you're in for it. He's coming round.
All right, so let me try and see. We had another question that actually came in. Harold Merchant, he wants to know, how long you guys been detecting?
Well, we started detecting, I can give you the exact date, on the 28th of January 2015.
So you guys only actually started detecting about 6 months before me, but you guys are way more advanced than I have.
Wait, 2015? It's like not even like a little over a year, and you got 100 videos out.
Yeah,
and you got 100. Wow.
Well, the thing is, the first day that we went out detecting, we went out and it was snowing, and we couldn't wait to go out. So we thought, we'll just nip out anyway. We just went, obviously we went places we weren't supposed to go, but we didn't know, did we then, on that first day? And I just thought I'd film it for a laugh. And just filmed it for a laugh. And then I thought, I'll have a go and see if I can put it on Facebook. And that's how it started, really. We just did it for a bit of a memory. And then people was watching it. We couldn't believe it, really. And then we just started doing more, didn't we?
Yeah.
And that's how it happened.
We thought Coronation Street had been turned off.
Twig, you put the beer down. You could talk too. You don't have to just drink. Come on.
He has to drink to numb his ears living with me. So anyway, I just wanted to... Andy Suttle, who's one of our admins in our group, he did ask a question before, and then obviously when I thought it had gone wrong, to save people keep saying this ain't working, that ain't working, I took the link off. So
Yeah.
I wrote his question down, and so I'm still going to answer him. Now, Andy Suttle, your question was, what was your best find without a detector? So me and Twiggy thought about this.
Don't say Twig. Please don't say Twiggy.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Apart from
That's
Go ahead.
So mine was when I was 14-ish. I can't remember exactly. It was around that age. Was playing hide and seek. Do you play hide and seek in America?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we do.
yeah.
Count to 10 and then you find your friends. Well, I was doing it on a building site where they were building some houses, and it was my turn to count, and I was looking down, and I was counted to 10, and I managed to dig up with my foot a Georgian third guinea. I mean, I've never, that would be, imagine finding that now.
Oh.
So it was a Georgian third guinea, which set me off then about wanting coins and looking at what coins were. So that was my best non-detecting find. Found it playing hide and seek and dug it up with my foot. Now Twiggy's he was about the same age, and he was going home in Prestwich, where he lived at the time, which is just outside Manchester, and he found a load of silver spoons stuck in a hedge. Now I don't know what he was doing in the hedge. But they must have been stuck. What was you doing in the hedge?
What were you doing?
It was a shortcut home.
And he found a load of proper silver spoons stuck in a hedge. So they must have been robbed or something.
Well, actually, I was crawling through because I had to bend down. I was crawling through, and as I was obviously, it must have been summer. I had to bend down a bit further, and as I came through, I pushed the dirt off something really shiny, and it was like the top end of the spoon. And I thought, oh, what's that? Like a magpie. And then I turned around once I was in there and started digging away. And there was like a load of knives, forks, spoons, obviously swag from a robbery that had been shoved underneath the hedge.
And these were silver?
And these were silver. They were hallmarks and everything.
Wow.
Oh, wow. So how many in total?
I think there was about 14 altogether.
Oh, wow.
We're now in your mum's best service.
Yeah. She's used them ever since. Best silver's out tonight.
Oh, man.
You know what they
So
say,
did you-
speak of the devil and the devil will show up. As soon as you started talking about his question, Andy Suttle just came into the Spreaker and said, "I'm here to heckle you, Don, as your number one annoying admin." And I thought my ears were burning.
He's got a thing, you see, when we dig stuff up, and it's always rotted, he's got this thing, he has to correct him, have correct technical terms, doesn't he, on everything? Yeah. And he has to say it's corroded. Now, he made a video once, you know, Andy Suttle, our admin, and he was detecting on a beach, and he dug up this can, and when he opened it up, the smell that was coming out of it was it was a guinea pig.
Oh, I do remember that. Oh, man, that just made me gag at home.
Wait. He opened up a can of guinea pig?
Oh, it was a dead one.
Yeah, somebody had buried a guinea pig on the beach and put it inside a can.
Okay. So it was he dug out somebody's pet. Okay.
And so he finds this can in the sand, digs it up. First comes a kind of pungent smell, and then he opens the can.
And he's gipping. Me and Twiggy we was crying, laughing. I've never seen anything so funny in my life as that. And do you know what? There was people reported him to RSPCA and everything. He was getting hate mail and everything. He had to take it off.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he dug up a can of guinea pig on the beach.
He found it innocently.
He did.
Yeah. Well, how was he gonna know? You know, it's just a can.
Didn't he actually call the police to come look at it because he thought it might have been people?
No, he didn't call the police. I mean, he just made a video of it.
No, he didn't. He did call someone.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he ended up calling somebody to come take a look at it.
Oh, you thought it was a fetus or something?
Yeah, something. He thought it was something odd. Something was off.
You gotta get Don. You gotta get rid of this guy now.
It's great, Andy Suttle. Honestly, he's really.
You know what? His ears might be burning, but it sounds like our nose is burning now.
Tell you what, funniest video I've ever seen.
It was the funniest video. I can't believe he was getting hate mail and everything for it.
We was crying. There was tears running down our eyes watching that. I've never seen anyone gip so many times or try and talk, but gip.
Okay, Andy is clarifying it right now. He said he thought it was a tin of coins. That's what they get for not placing a tombstone on the site. And it was somebody else who called the police.
Oh, right. I knew someone was involved somewhere.
Yeah.
It's that long ago, and because he took it off, we've never been able to find it since because we loved it.
Yeah, I remember watching it as well, and it's one of those things that kind of showed up and disappeared really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a shame, really, that. But yeah, he's got a good sense of humour, as Andy Suttle. And he's been involved lately in Northumberland. They've been doing a big medieval, a massive £10 million show. And he's been in that dressed up as a proper medieval man. And he's been taught sword fighting. And he's been on the telly and in the newspapers and everything. He's hasn't he?
Yeah.
And you know what? He looks like a proper medieval man when he's got the gear on. He looks like he's from them days.
Yeah, if you look at his profile picture, it's got him holding his, I think it's a Norman sword and a Norman shield.
Yeah, so he'd learned proper sword fighting with those swords.
Swordsmanship.
Swordsmanship, apparently, Twig said it was. But yeah, he's great, Andy Suttle. You are a heckler, but you're all right at the end of the day.
Well, I think we've come to the hour and 40-minute mark of the show. I think this is officially our longest episode yet.
That's
when we have such a great hostess, a guestess. When we have great guests like this, time just ticks by. It was really, really, really. I finally got to talk to you guys. I know maybe we sent a couple IMs to each other, but other than that, it was really, really nice talking to you, Don and Twig. I'll be watching your videos. I hope you guys all the best of luck, and I'm waiting for your TV show to come out because I think for sure you guys should have a TV show. If not in the UK, if anybody's smart in here in the United States and want to put together another middle detecting show, you got to call on Don and Twig.
Nothing like us, is there, out there?
Yeah.
So,
well, I want to thank you very, very much for having us on again. And we don't mind coming on again in a few months if you want us to come on again. We can update you on what we found and things like that.
Absolutely. I love having you guys online. Of course. I love having you guys on.
It was a really fun interview for me.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I really like doing this one. It was
okay. Then.
It was a joy.
Yeah,
yeah, we've enjoyed it anyway. Apart from the little bit about when I was just about to get in the bath. Because just before we go, I'll tell you this: when we was up today on the moors looking for an Bronze Age axe head, it gets a bit boggy, and I actually fell in a big bog up to my knees. And Twiggy didn't try to save me or anything; he just walked off. But since then, I've smelt like bog lady, and my feet and everything, and my pants. And because I didn't have time, because I was coming on this podcast, I omitted to have a bath, so Twiggy's had to sit here smelling bog lady legs and feet and we're fanning himself with the TV Times.
See, you can really see how much Twig actually adores you. He's sitting there minding the smell, talking over your shoulder.
I won't go that far.
Put some mentholatum in my nostrils. You know, like what they do when they're just about to unzip the bag.
Oh yeah. You put some of that mentholatum right under the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just take some bourbon and you can put that underneath your nose. That'll work better.
All right,
Sweet
can I just
smell.
say a quick thing if anybody wants to join our Facebook group?
Yeah,
Welcome.
absolutely.
It's slightly random. We're full of metal detecting things. We've got a lot of people in there that are beginners. We've got a lot of people that are just in there because they enjoy it. They come in on a Friday and just have a laugh at all the things that we do. The only thing is, if you like swearing or you're negative, you'll get thrown out though. So that's the only thing I've got to say, because we only like to run on positivity.
Yeah, normally we're the exact same thing as well. We only allow positive posts on ours as well.
If anybody comes in, we have a zero tolerance. That if somebody puts a yawn or something or other under somebody else's post, well, we just kick them out because we don't want that sort of negativity, do we?
No.
So.
Fantastic.
And I think we're quite well known for. I think we got called for it a little bit at first, but now I think a lot of our members feel safe there because they know that they're not going to get attacked, and they feel safe that they can just say anything that they want to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, spammers or anything else like that. So yeah, so our members are really happy about being there, aren't they? And if they've got no sense of humour, they just leave anyway.
One said that once.
What?
He was really happy to be there.
Who's that?
That was Dawn.
Don't know what you're talking about.
No, one said it. You said loads of them said it.
Oh.
One.
All right. I don't know what he's on about. So, anyway, thank you very much for having us. We'll see you again. Wish your podcast all the best. Hope you get a producer or Lance stays off the bay.
Yeah, well, I just need to stay away from the football games. Hopefully on the 31st is the last football game, so no more beers.
Yeah, right.
Right, take
All right,
care
guys.
from Twig the Dig, and happy hunting and happy holes.
All right, we'll talk to you guys
Take care,
hopefully
guys.
in a couple months.
Okie doke then.
Until then, bye.
Take care.
Well, that's it with Digger Dawn and Twig the Dig. I am so glad. I'm so glad. Today ended up starting off really horribly, and now we've officially gone into the longest podcast and probably one of the funnest talks that we've had basically since it started.
Yeah, I think last week we broke that record as far as length, and it's not that we're trying to break a record.
No.
It's more about content. But sometimes you'll get a guest on here like Dawn and Twig, and you're just having so much fun. You just want to just keep it going. So, but there's always an end to some things, and then this one is about taking its course. So we are officially over with our 10th show. Hopefully you guys could have grinned and bared the beginning when we had those technical difficulties, but. You want to talk about our next guest for next, in 2 weeks from now? We got, we call him Peter, but I don't know if we should call him, Laszlo. I don't know if that's his real first name or what you should call him Peter or Laszlo, but it's Laszlo Peter Ellis. He's another Civil War hunter. He is a master when it comes to identifying buttons and some Civil War relics, and he will be our next guest. And then following that, we are going to have the host of Detect America, and that'll be Frank Leopold, and he will be joining us. He is the head chief honcho there, and his Facebook group, and he's also a podcaster. He does his a little bit differently. He's live. You can call in with his podcast. So we're gonna get to know Frank a little bit more and learn about his experience in metal detecting.
Yeah, and actually I've been in contact with Frank recently, and so yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah,
all right,
definitely. You know, we're cutting to the end, and I want to go ahead and wish everybody thank you for coming in and listening to us live. If nobody knows, anytime we're live, we post the links on our Facebook group. Today was a little different with the come and go with the software problems, but to everybody that was listening, Andy, Geraldine, Harold, and everybody else that I might have forgotten, thank you for listening. Y'all have been really great. And as always, all our coming shows you can check on our Facebook group, which is Global Detection Adventures on Facebook. And you will find on the right hand side, you'll see our links for our upcoming events, and you'll be able to see exactly who's coming. So we'll see you July 31st.
All right. I'm Dave D, and he is Lance G. Goolsby, and we are the GDA Podcast, signing off.
Talk to you then.